What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's good? What's good? This is Sean. You are now in the No Judgment Zone with me, Sean Taylor, discussing topics with no judgments. Again, discussing topics with no judgments. Trying to get back on this thing, man. It's been weeks have been off. Just trying to get back into the fold of doing the podcast as normal. So I'm going to slowly get back into that, man. The title, before we get into that, man, you know, uh, this podcast, it's not a debatable podcast. It's not a judgmental podcast. It's not an argumentative type podcast. It's not scripted. It's raw, straight off the dome. Because I feel as if we don't have enough rawness in the world. I mean, got a lot of fakeness, but not enough rawness. I didn't want it to be scripted because I wanted you to hear the ums and the ahs and the mistakes and mispronunciation of words of whatnot. But just want to let you know that this is a real podcast. This is a podcast discussing topics with no judgments, man. It's a place for people to come to if they want to be on a podcast or they want to voice their opinions or say whatever comment or whatever. It's not me here to judge you, whatnot. It's pretty much a podcast where people can go to where they don't feel as if they're judged because in our society, no matter what you do, what you say, um, uh, things could be miscommunicated and wrong. You're always judged about something. So it's nice to go to a place where you can pretty much just be yourself. Wouldn't it be wouldn't it be very, very, very nice to be around people and you could just be yourself? You could just be in your butt naked truth. You could just be in your genuine authenticity when it comes to you just being you. And you can say whatever you want to say. If you're struggling with wanting to take your life, you can just put that out, things that you're struggling with, and you don't feel as if nobody's judging you. This is a place where you can come to. I also have another private group that I created in members of my mother's called it's F dot I dot N dot P dot for imperfect, non-judgmental people only. And that's another place where you can go to. You can say whatever you want to say. You can post whatever you want to post, and no one's going to judge you. The number one rule: the minute you start judging somebody, you out the group, because we don't want to have judgmental people in that group whatsoever, whatsoever. Period. So um, you can say what you say and think what you think, man. I'm not going to do the back and forth with you. It's a podcast I created. And it's good. It's a pretty good podcast if you tune in. It's not popular for everybody, but it is what it is. So today's topic: can we be honest? Can we be honest? Can we just be honest, man? Can we just be honest? It's total transparency. And I'm going to touch on different things. I'm going to segue into different things. I'm going to just be bouncing off to different things, from fitness to personal to whatever the case may be. Again, I'm no guru. I'm no expert at nothing. Pretty much jack of all trades, master of none. So let's talk about black men for a second. There is no positive uplifting of black men nowhere. Not nowhere in the community, workplace. There's no positive uplifting of black men. Period. Black men, you just gotta figure that shit out, pretty much. Um, Me and my brother had this thing we used to say all the time, that we practically raised ourselves, because the things that we were dealing with, we didn't have nobody to talk to. We didn't have nobody to go to. We didn't have a father there. So we made a lot of mistakes that the common man probably don't even make, more so or less. So if we're being honest, if we're being honest, people think they need to be catered to. People are very self-entitled. Uh, Nobody wants to do hard. Everybody talks about what they've been through. Their attitudes, if I didn't been through this and I done done this, I'm not doing that no more. I'm not, you know, that's the world we live in. When you dealing with a person, you getting a broken person, I don't care who they are. They got something that they didn't gone through. They got some traumatic experience that they didn't dealt with. They got some bad relationship or bad marriage. It's either verbally abusive or physically abusive, neglect, abandonment. There's something wrong with everybody. Pretty much, if we're being honest, everybody's messed up in some form, shape. Everybody is messed up. And it's almost like you got to find out, you got to try to get the least thing that's least messed up. But everybody's got something wrong with them if we are being honest. And I know we live in a world where common sense isn't always common. We live in a world where everybody's got a microwave mentality. We live in a world where everybody's sensitive. We live in a world where people don't want you to lie, but they want the truth. But they don't want the whole truth. They won't have truth. You lie to them, they mad at you. You tell them the truth, they mad at you. We live in a place to where it's pretty much like my boy Brandon say, bizarro world. It's a very bizarre place to be in. It's a very bizarre climate that we're in right now. There's dissension between men and women. We in an era now where the biggest problem is men want to be women and women want to be men. And no one wants to hear that truth. No one wants to succumb to the truth. No one wants to embrace truth. Because the truth is the new hate speech. So if you're telling anything in truth, everybody's going to have a problem with you. Everybody's going to have a problem with you. If we're being honest, men don't listen to women, women don't listen to men. That's the huge disconnect. If we're being honest, people don't forgive people. They even have problems forgiving themselves. If we're being honest. If we're being honest, people go from person to person to person to person to person, thinking that this thing is going to be better than the previous thing, and that thing's going to be better than the thing they had 10 years ago, and that thing, looking for something. And people don't want to build anymore. People just want to do what they want to do. We are in a epidemic of hookup culture. People just want to hook up with you for a certain amount of time, then they go on to the next thing, and then they go on to the next thing, and then they go on to the next thing. We're in a hookup culture. Long-term commitment is out. Long-term working is out. Building is out. Working on a foundation is out. Rectifying problems and situation is out. The minute you do something to breathe wrong, they're gone. Abandonment, that's all it is. Dumping you. Just no one wants to really come together and work as a team anymore because it's all about me. We have a selfish nature, lovers of ourselves nature. It's all about me attitude and demeanor. We want all the results, but we don't want to do the hard work. We don't even want to do the hard work when it comes to our bodies. We don't even want to do the hard work when it comes to our health. We damn near don't even want to, some people don't even want to deal with their own kids, if you get down to it. Then they complain about having kids, but the rationale is if you didn't want to have kids, you should not have done what you've done. You should have taken, precautionary measures to make sure you didn't have a kid. But if we want to be honest, we need to succumb to the truth. And the truth is, everybody's messed up. The truth of the matter is, you got tons, billions of people living in glass houses throwing rocks. You got people judging people about something, the same thing they did, but nobody knows about it. But they sitting up there and judging the person on a secret that they did the same thing in secret that no one knows about, but they sitting up there judging that person as if they never done it. You got people with tons of skeletons in their closet looking at you as there's something wrong with you. You got people who are very condescending in their speech, but then they try to play the Jedi mind tricks with you. We got people who premeditated play games. We got people who, listen, man, I've used people in the past, people have used me. Everybody has used somebody at some point. No one wants to come to truth about they BS, but then want a person to be honest with them. Do you really meet the real person day one? Or do you meet that real person after that divorce or after that breakup? Do they actually tell you what they truly feel about you, wholeheartedly and honestly? Or do they tell you that at the end of that divorce? You got all these things. I've talked about this before. You got people who are manipulators of wasting time. You got people who are trying to get out as much as people as they can get. You got people who are collectors of things. So that's why they go from person to person to person, see how much they can drain this person of this, drain this person of that, drain this person of this, drain this person of that. If we're being honest, there are people out here who are struggling with loss. Somebody's lost a son. Somebody's lost a mother. Somebody's lost a daughter. Somebody's lost a husband. Somebody's lost a wife. Someone's lost an uncle. Someone's lost a cousin. Somebody's dealing with grief right now and they have to deal with all this holiday stuff. There's some people who just want to sleep through the holidays and sleep to February 1st, to all that stuff that's going on. There are people who are here who are barely making it mentally and emotionally and physically and spiritually. They're barely making it. There are people who are fighting day to day just to make it from one day to the next. If we're truly being honest, we both know, we all know that generally when it gets down to the brass tacks of things, people really don't care about people as much as they proclaim. Because if they so-called did, their actions would reflect that. If we're being honest, social media is mainly for people who have an attention whorish spirit. They're seeking attention that they're not getting at home. They're seeking attention that they don't normally have. They found a place, an outlet that they can pretend to be something that they're actually not. If we're being honest, instead of having a face-to-face conversation, you will get a whole divorce through a text message. You'll get a whole breakup through a text message. And then when you try to rectify the issue, the person, what they do to rectify it, they ignore the other person. If we're being completely honest. If we're being completely honest, people are 95% of people are coward when it comes to problems. Instead of rectifying problems, they run from problems. And they take that same attitude to the next relationship or marriage and to the next relationship and a marriage. There is no learning curve. They're not learning anything because they're doing the same thing. Learning, remorse, is never doing that thing again because you've learned your lesson from the previous thing, but that's your MO. If we're being completely honest, how many friends are really being honest with their friends about their behavior, or do they allow their friends, do they enable their friends' bad behavior? How many real friends are gut checking their friends on their bullshit? How many of y'all, quote unquote, queens out there, knowing that your girl fucked over that dude, have you checked her? No, you ain't gonna do that. Oh, no. But you're supposed to be a friend. See, a true friend is not going to condone another friend's bullshit. I don't care how long I've been friends with a dude or a female for that matter. If you done messed up and you done screwed somebody over and you done somebody wrong, I'm gonna tell you that to your face. How you feel about it is how you feel about it, but I'm not going to be on board for your bullshit. If you've done somebody wrong, if you've done somebody unjustly, I'm gonna let you know that. I'm not gonna sign off on that shit. I'm not co-signing on nobody's bullshit. If I said I'm 10 toes down for you, I'm 10 toes down for you, right or wrong. But when you're wrong, I got to check you. To do something else, that's me not being who Sean is. If we're being totally honest, how many of us can really handle the truth without getting the attitude? If we're being honest, can we be honest? How many of us can handle the truth with zero attitude? If we're being completely and utterly honest. How many people can honestly look another man in the face and say, you know what, I have a problem. I don't do good in relationships. Do you know how refreshing it is for a man or woman to try to engage with another man or woman, and the first thing they say is like, you know what, I really don't do good with relationships. I haven't had the best of luck. I am difficult to deal. I'm difficult to deal with. I am complex. I have mood swings. It's no telling what type of personality you're going to get from me from Monday to Sunday. How refreshing would it be if people were 100% honest, opposed to pretending to be something that they're not just to get a person? And then when they really unveil that mask, that's their true self. So you lied about who you was in the beginning. That wasn't you. And now you're this person. Now that person don't want you because that's who you really are. Majority of people have to lie. They have to dumb down who they are just to get a person, to fool them, to trick them. And then they unveil who they really are 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the road. That's who they really are. I mean, if we're being honest, can we be honest? Can we have an honest conversation? How many conversations have you had where a man and woman said, you know what, I don't want a relationship, I just want sex with you? Because you're a good sexual partner. How many conversations have you had like that? Don't lie. You haven't had that many. So, in order for people to be real with you, you have to be real with people. It's best to be real and to lose something that's fake than to be fake and lose out on something and miss the opportunity on something that's real. Let me repeat that. It's best to be real and lose what's fake than to be fake and lose out on the opportunity of something that's real. That's real within itself. How many of you are living like that? Are you being real and forthright Monday through Sunday, 24/7, 365 days a year? Or are you trying to pretend to be something that you're not because you're trying to impress? Can you tell somebody about your backstory? Your high out the sky body count, your failed relationships, the dirt that you did, the skeletons in your closet. Can you be honest? Can you be that transparent? Are you a person who rectifies problems, or are you a person who walks away from problems based off that you done been through so much stuff? And tell me, is that maturity or immaturity? Not everybody have to answer at once. Are you a person who rectify problems? Or are you a person who walk away when things don't go right? And then you go to the next person until they mess up, and then you go to the next person until they mess up. You're just serial. You're like a serial killer, but you're a serial killer that just walks away from things. You don't rectify shit. You don't talk through nothing. You don't communicate through nothing. It's your way or the highway. A lot of y'all are like that. If we're being honest, do you feel as if just because you have a vagina, you're somebody special? If we're really being honest, you think just because you're a dude, you have a great body, you're the best thing since sliced bread. Take that body away and take them looks away. What do that person has at the end of the day? Can you stimulate them mentally? Can you stimulate them intellectually? Can you stimulate them soulfully? Can you stimulate them in a conversation? Are you a good conversationalist? I mean, if we're being real, this is just real conversation between me and you. I have no judgments. Can you look somebody? Can you admit to yourself? Because I say it every day. Either I'm saying it to people or I'm saying it in their face, in the mirror. I am perfectly imperfect. I am filled and saturated with imperfections and flaws and idiosyncrasies. I have a wretched past. I used to be the biggest man whore, the biggest womanizer, the biggest cheater. I used to be a pathological. It sounds so bad, doesn't it? pathological liar. That means I lied so much that I believe my own bullshit. And you got people out here who lie so much that they believe their own bullshit. They really are convinced that what they say out their mouth is 100% accurate and 100% true. And it's so far from the truth. If you're really truthful and honest with yourself, you can say to yourself, man or woman, that you know what? I am mentally fucked up. I'm emotionally fucked up. I'm spiritually fucked up. I'm psychologically fucked up. How many of you really own who you truly are? Who is the real you? Who are you? Who is the real you? Are you hiding behind just fakeness and fake words or whatever? When a person is fake, you can hear it in their laughter and even what they say out their mouth. It doesn't even sound genuine. It doesn't even penetrate or pierce the heart or the mental, because it just sounds fake. It sounds like when they talk, it's like a fake laugh. You ever heard of fake laugh? You ever heard a fake laugh? That's how they are. No one wants to admit, and no one wants to talk about how men have nobody to uplift them. They don't. If you got a woman in your corner, brother, that's uplifting you, I'm talking about truly, honestly. She is your shero. She is uplifting you. She is truly, wholeheartedly making you feel like Superman. She is making you feel as if there's nothing that you are incapable of doing. Brother, hold on to that woman, because she is that needle in the haystack. When there's problems that arrive, she's not going to leave you with your dick in your hand. She is that needle in a haystack. Every time y'all disagree, she ain't packing up and leaving. She is that needle in the haystack. She is not looking to go from dick to dick to dick to dick to dick. She is trying to build a solid foundation for you. Because you do have women who is just as bad as brothers, going from dude to dude, and have the audacity and have the gall, or the nerve for that matter, to act like they pussy is special. It been ran the hell through, but special it is not. Because when a real woman has true morals, true integrity, true dignity, true value of her own self, she ain't spreading her legs for every Tom, Dick, and Harry that passes by. She's not going to be like that, because she's got to sleep with herself at night. She's got to sleep with her own conscience at night. How can she look at her daughter's face and be like, you know what, I'm a bona fide hoe? But she ain't telling her daughter that. She gonna hide her mess from everybody, but she's not going to admit her mess to nobody. Same thing with a dude. I'm not gonna sit around here and let you think that Sean Taylor is a virgin. Huh? No, bro. No. I'm far from it. Hell, I used to take my clothes off for a damn living. So you already know the backstory on that story. So my whole thing is this. I am not going to pretend to be somebody that I am not, when I know I'm flawed from head to toe and everything in between, baby. You see, when you start to have real conversations with people, the real you should exude outwardly. And if it's not, why are you holding back? Because you got secrets from within. You are afraid to show that person in front of you who you are in your butt naked truth, and then let them make the damn choice. But when you lie, don't ever tell nobody you ain't gonna leave them when you know your ass can't handle nothing. It went as soon as storm comes, you looking for shelter, or you going to the next house. Don't tell nobody you know what love means when you don't even understand the definitive meaning of that four-letter word. A lot of y'all want something that you're not yourselves, and that's not how the big man upstairs work. And that's why you will never get it. And if you do stumble across it and do get it, you ain't gonna be woman or man enough, or woman enough, or man enough, or mature enough to keep him or her. Why? Because it's all about you. It's all about what you've been through. You're the only person on the planet who's ever been through any trauma, treated bad as a child, molested as a kid, raped. You're the only person that's been through something. It's just about you. Everybody in the world ain't been through nothing but you. And that's why you treat and act like you do on a daily basis. You think the world, you think every man in the world owes you something based off of the bullshit you've been through. You think the world and every woman owes you something based off what you've been through. No one owes nobody anything. And I said it in yesterday in my healthy tip of the day. You're only entitled to what you work hard for. And if you don't have the work ethic to be involved with another man or woman, just stay by yourself, because you got to have, it's work. It ain't easy, it's work. And every day you're going to have everything that you got to do on a daily basis involved with that work. Don't get involved, don't get married, stay to yourself, because you're going to complain about everything that's on you. It's always going to be on you. It's always going to be on him. It's a workload. That's what relationships and marriages are. If you don't have that real woman shit inside you, or that real man shit to understand that that's going to be work, don't get involved with nobody. Like Kevin Samuels say, get a damn dog and die alone, but don't waste nobody else's time. I mean, can we be honest? And if we get real honest, how you want the perfect body when your ass ain't doing nothing about the work? Then you jealous of her because she has a nice body, but that woman is busting her ass 5 days a week. She ain't eating the bullshit that you eating. She damn near on a veggie diet. Eat meat every now and then, but she's putting good stuff in her body. But she is doing the work in the gym. So why would you be jealous of somebody who's putting the work in when your punk ass ain't doing a damn thing to better yourself? You ain't doing nothing to better yourself physically. So you're not working out and you're not eating right. You ain't doing nothing to better yourself mentally. You ain't going to no support groups or trying to get some classes to get some positivity poured into you. You refuse to go see a therapist because your ass needs mental help. That's why you keep losing. The way you stop losing is that you have to change. The way you stop losing is realize, you know what, maybe I'm the problem. The way you stop losing is like, you know what, maybe I'm the person that's sabotaging everything. Maybe I need to watch my mouth. Maybe I need to learn how to talk to a man. Maybe I need to learn how to understand a man, how he moves, how he thinks, in order to keep him, in order to me to better communicate with him. You can't be with no man and expect that dude to be damn Yoda. How the hell that dude supposed to know what you thinking? Y'all want men. Y'all want, this is what you really want. You want a woman. You want a man. You want a man, but you want a woman in a man's body. That's what you want. And it's a shame I have to say this. We don't think like women. We don't act like women. We not even psychologically made up as a woman. We not even emotionally made up as a woman. We are nothing like you. So what makes you think that we are Yodas? That's what's in your mind. I mean, we can't read your mind. I ain't damn it Yoda. So when you're going through that woman shit, how you expect for me to understand that when you ain't even telling me nothing about it? And you get mad when the dude he can't comprehend where you're coming from because you don't know how to specifically articulate to him what damn the problem is so he can try to fix it. Men are generally fixers and leaders. But if you ain't helping him fix the problem, he don't know you. He's a man. He don't know you. You can let other dudes gas you up with bullshit. Yeah, listen, maybe he got female tendencies. I don't know. But you want a man, but you want a woman inside that man's body. That's not how that works. How he learns you, there's a difference between interpretation, explaining, and communicating. You see, when you're educated, some things don't logically make sense when people tell you. I'm like, hold on, I'm dissecting everything this person is saying, and that shit don't make logical sense. If I put this in front of a professor, he's gonna be like, what in the hell is that lady talking about? Exactly, because it logically don't make sense from the logical standpoint. There's interpretation, dummies. There's communication, and then there's explaining. All three of those things are different. Are you listening, or are you interpreting what you're hearing wrong? Or are you just hearing what you want to hear? That is the huge disconnect between men and women. They hear what they want to hear and interpreting that shit totally different. And that's not what that dude meant. Brother, that's not what she meant. So unless y'all sit down and have a mature conversation about listening, interpreting, communicating, articulately explaining things, how the fuck does that shit supposed to work? I ain't the smartest guy in the world, but I ain't the dumbest Negro in the room either. That shit gotta make logical sense for me. That's how my brain works. 1 + 1 = 2. Not 1 + 1 = Jello. I'm sorry. If it does not equate and add up in my mind, it doesn't make sense. So make your bullshit make sense in my mind so we can both gel together. Because if it doesn't make sense, all it's going to be in my mind, I hear what you're saying. I hear you clearly. But I'm seeing how you acting. So please make your bullshit make sense, because what you're saying and how you're acting, it is not adding up like 1 + 1 = 2. That's the disconnect. So sisters, when you get with an intellectual brother, you ain't going to be able to pour that bullshit down his back like you can do the other dummies you've probably been with. Because maybe they are not in tune intellectually with the mindset and just some type of intelligence of common sense for the bullshit to actually make sense. Real men don't buy all the sad stories. You got to make, to a real man, you got to make your bullshit make sense to him, or you're going to lose him. And just like the brother say, you're going to end up with clowns. I mean, because I guess that's what you're used to. And that's why you got nothing to look back on, because that's all you get is clowns. You get somebody to try to treat you right, really try to be there for you. You really don't know how to act with that. So whose fault is that at the end of the day? Where's the accountability and the responsibility on men's side and women's side? Because just like I said, I have no respect to person of men and women, but can we be honest with each other? Can we truly be honest with each other about bullshit? Look, man, hey, it is what it is. You can believe your BS all the time, but I know bullshit because I used to be a pathological liar of bullshit. And see, when you used to wear a uniform, or you've done that job, you know exactly what the ins and outs of that. You can hear shit and be like, man, that's one of my lines I used to say. And you know it. It's set up the same exact way because you've done it time after time after time after time. See, when you was I said it before, when you used to be a pathological liar, they can't lie to you because they lie ain't even strong enough. Because they doing the weak lies you used to tell. I'm like, man, damn, That shit she pulling, I pulled that shit at 21. How old are you again? You what? You 40, 50, what? You 30, what? Again, make your bullshit make sense. You can't bullshit a bullshitter. You can't do that. You're gonna be looking stupid. Now they just gonna roll with it because they know the arguing back and forth, you're not gonna be woman enough to really truly admit your bullshit. So they're just gonna just roll with your shit, knowing that you are literally full of shit. But if you just, you know what? Let me just take off this costume and this mask. Dude, them tits that set up, they just droop down to the floor. That ain't me. This hair that I got down my back, I'm just as bald as your ass, bro. That ain't me. Let's take off the costumes and masks, then have a conversation and see how that goes. See, I'm going to appreciate your authenticity, your genuineness, your realness, because that's who you are. All that other facade and fake and camouflage, that ain't you. Them big articulate words that you don't even know the definitive meaning of it. You talking like when you talk, you sound like a whole damn sentence fragment. That's not you. Sounding smart and being truly smart, again, two different entities, two different things. See, when you're trying to sound smart, you sound real dumb. But when you are intellectually smart, that's who you are. You are intelligent. Sounding smart and being smart are totally two different things, people. So again, can we be honest with one another? Can you be honest and sit and tell that trainer, I got nemesis in my life, man. Ice cream, I like sweets, I like to drink every damn night. These are my nemesis. And a trainer who's got a good bedside manner, educated, experienced, he's going to break it down to you like this. He's going to break it down to you like a football coach. This is how we're going to do this. Let me quarterback this thing. We're going to lose big first. Then we're going to lose small. Then we're going to win small. Then we're going to win big. So what he is telling you in layman's terms, it's one day at a time, one step at a time, one good meal at a time, one workout at a time. It's one day at a time. And he's further going to let you know, or she lets you know, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You're going to need patience in this thing. But I'm going to be here with you every step of the way. You got 24/7 access to me. You can call me, you're struggling or whatever. I'm going to remind you of why we're doing this thing. I'm going to give you 200% of me. I'm going to give you all of me. Just give me 100%. But in order for this relationship to work between me and you, it has to be, and this is what I tell every client, in order for this relationship to work between me and you, it has to be 100% brutal honesty. That's the way anything's going to work between anybody. Friends, family, husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you're doing out here these days. If there's not 100% brutal honesty, that dynamic will never work. It will never work. If you're having a conversation with a man and a woman, you're interested in each other, she tells you, I like to have sex at least 3 times a day. And in your mind, your dud ass can barely have sex once a day. But you gonna go with it. You weren't even honest. You looking at her like, God damn, she's a nymphomaniac. No, she just loves sex. You don't like it that much, but you're gonna go through it. 6 months to a year down the road, that ain't gonna work. That's not going to work. Somebody gonna be cheating. But y'all can't have real conversations with each other. You can't. You cannot have real conversations with each other. If I ask you, that's my dude. Did you sleep with him? Word on the street, y'all had a whole full-blown, no, no, no. And then you find out later, you got 100 people telling you, them mofos was together. They slept together. Why did you even tell that lie? I wasn't even involved with you back then. I don't even give a damn. But what gives me pause is, why did you lie about it? Did you think an ounce of me would be like, no, that's like my dude right there. That's one of my good friends. I can't get like that with you. Yeah, it's going to change the dynamics of that thing. It's going to change the dynamics of that thing, because I got a rule. Now, I've done some fucked up shit. And I'm fucked up. I'm a fucked up motherfucker. But I'm working on my shit. But one rule that you don't do, and that's just moral code. I ain't getting down with my dude's woman, especially if he done already got down with her. You don't do. My brother, my flesh and blood brother that lives in Texas, what I look like dating his ex? What the fuck? See, y'all have no moral compass when it comes to simplistic stuff like that. Y'all nasty. What I look like sleeping with my brother's girl? Who does that? My brother. That's my dude. That's my brother. When a person does that, I'm like, I ain't judging them, but I just can't do it. Me and my brother got rules. There's certain shit we don't do to each other. I don't care how much we fuss or fight, but there's certain shit, Sean and Lynn, we don't do. My best friend, Brandon Floyd, Tommy, Rob, we got certain shit we don't do. What I look like sleeping with my boy's ex-wife or ex-girlfriend? Who does that? People do that shit. And the minute I found out your dad hasn't done some shit like, you fuck you to the 24th power. And I had that happen to me at least once in my life. Yeah, he can eat a bag of dicks, because dude, I don't fuck with you like that. I'm trying not to really go to your mouthpiece, but you do whatever. You try to get sideways out of my, I say, man, don't let me come find you, bro. It ain't worth it. But don't let me see you somewhere. Because I'm gonna snatch your esophagus out your damn neck for trying to play tough when you know you softer than baby shit, bro. Because your ass ain't got no integrity, no dignity, no morals. And you gonna get mad because I done called you out on your bullshit? And you played her because she didn't even know. You slept with her after the fact, then you tell her after that. Yeah, man. And dudes that be on that rah-rah shit, man, they ain't talking about nothing, man. Because push come to shove, you go find them in their face, they gonna be shitting their pants anyway. So when people be on that rah-rah shit, I'm like, man, whatever. You ain't, if you gonna do something, you'd have done it already. You know where to find me. Find me. I ain't running from nothing. I ain't running from no problem, no situation, no circumstance, no man, no woman. I ain't running from nobody. But if I said it in my mouth, I will say it to your damn face without even blinking. Which lets you know I'm borderline crazy anyway. But I digress. But can we be honest with one another? Can we? Because if you can't be honest with that person who's sitting across from you, you ain't got nothing anyway. But just be honest about your shit. And let that other person make the choice. But be honest first. Can y'all be honest with each other out here? Can you be honest about your bullshit instead of hiding, trying to make men and women thinking that you this and that? Ain't no halo over my head. You might think I'm the spawn of the devil. I don't care. But one thing I'm not. I ain't perfect. I ain't pretending to be perfect. Yeah, Got a record, the whole 9 yards. There you go. You ain't got to do no background checks. I'm going to give you all the damn information on you. But once you go behind my back with that shit, fuck you, we done. Because you ain't have to do that. I'll tell you anything you want to. All you have to do is be woman enough or man enough to just ask me. Don't go behind my back. Once you go behind my back, I'm always going to be looking at you with one eye open. I don't give a damn what you do. I really don't. I really don't. Because you didn't have to do that. I don't validate your bullshit, whatever you want to say, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever. The minute you do that, my loyalty is out the window because you didn't have to do that. Now you ain't respecting my damn boundaries. If I got to go behind your back playing Columbo, FBI, JSO, and all, man, I ain't got time for that shit. Man. I got too much shit to do. Ain't no female tendencies in this body. Period. I don't make bitch moves. Sorry, never will. I'm not gonna do that. If I say I'm 10 toes down for you, my loyalty is in your corner, good or bad terms, I ain't gonna turn my back on you. You'll turn your back on me 20 times before I turn my back on you because where I'm from, you don't do that. The way I was raised, you don't do that. You have to have a code. You have to have a word. Your word has to be your bond. That's what Gwen breathed it into us. If you say something, you own your shit and you stand on top of your shit. Good, bad, or indifference. Ugly, pretty, it don't matter. You stand on it. If I say I'm there for your dud ass, I'm there for your dud ass. Don't get mad at me because you don't even know what true loyalty and truly being there with somebody in spite they bullshit and they stupid selves. I'm sorry you've never experienced it, but it's right here in front of you. If I say I am 10 toes down for you, you got it. You the person that's gonna fuck that up, not me. Because I can tell you right now, pretty much everybody on one hand, probably can count on one hand the couple of people that are 10 toes down for them on good or bad terms. Reason being, because I got enough common sense to realize ain't nobody out here perfect. A person is bound to mess up. Just because that person is messed up, I ain't gonna give up on them. They made a fucking mistake. They don't walk on water. They can't turn water into wine. They in this flesh. They ain't capable. They capable of snapping and going on a whole damn killing spree. So why am I going to hold them to a ridiculous standard as if they can't never mess up or say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing? You are highly delusional, and your dud ass is detached from reality. It's something Gwen always told me, baby. When somebody act like you supposed to walk on water, get the hell away from them people, because they detached from reality. They stuck on stupid because ain't nothing out here perfect. There's no perfect man. There's no perfect relationship. There's no perfect woman. There's no perfect marriage. There's nothing perfect. All relationships go through shit. Real relationships get through shit. That's the distinct difference. When I see people who didn't make it, I'm like, well, that relationship was fugazi like a motherfucker because they couldn't even get through real shit. Shit gonna go upside down between a man and a woman. Shit gonna go sideways sometimes. You just gonna throw in a towel? When you just do that, you show your weakness. I don't give a fuck about what you've been through. Everybody been through some shit. Have some damn fight in you. How you gonna acquire or have anything to look on? How you gonna build anything when your ass ain't got no fight in you? You softening baby shit trying to act like you tough. No, man. Tough people stick through shit. They go through shit. They build, they capitalize, they build a foundation. They realize people ain't perfect. See, that's a mature-minded person. How you get with somebody and act like you've been with them 20 years and they supposed to know every goddamn thing about you? Goddamn, can you make it to 2 years at least? That don't make no damn sense. Exactly. That's what's out here in the world. And y'all thinking, yeah, there's billions of people in the world. Yeah, there's over 7 billion people on the planet. That's just a fucking statistic, bro, sis. But quality, that's a whole damn different conversation. Maturity, that's a whole damn conversation. Forgiveness, that's a whole conversation. People who don't hold grudges and resentful and bitter, that's a whole conversation. Still pining after their ex, that's a whole different conversation. Can we be honest? Can we be honest? When you got a man and a woman, they have a kid together. He goes on, moves on with his life. She moves on with her life, supposedly. Or he, supposedly. And they plan and using that kid as a pawn. Somebody. Riddle me this. Are they over the person? The situation or circumstance? Because happy people wonder why everybody else ain't happy. And they want you to be happy. But people who ain't over situations, they still treating their ex-wife like shit. And they ain't even involved with her, all because he mad because she divorced his monkey ass. There's a lot of women dealing with that shit. I've seen it with my own two eyes. And vice versa. So that dude is good enough to drive, spend money, get hotels, plane flights, and all this other shit. But you giving him problems about his damn kid? When he been taking care of that kid financially since day one, but you gonna lie to every damn body else. He can pull up receipt after receipt after receipt after receipt after receipt after receipt. I got a whole damn plethora of receipts of every dime he has spent on his kid, and her punk ass is playing games and lying to the family, the friends, the court system, everything. They gonna side with her because she got that little vagina in between her legs. Because they dumb. They need to start locking up them heifers that's playing games with these dudes that's coming out their pocket with their kid, and then when they go to see the kid, they can't see it. Gotta find it. Gotta damn near pull an APB out just to see his kid that he helped create. She wouldn't be able to create that kid without him, and he got to jump through the hoops and whistles. Where's that? There's so many deadbeat moms out here, man. Ain't nobody talking about this shit. Fuck y'all. Y'all, it's some deadbeat moms out here. I done went through this shit, and I got tons of friends going through it. And I don't care how you feel about what I'm saying right now. Because if you got a problem, you ain't gonna be in my face. Because you know who I am. So you ain't coming to my face. Because you know who I am. You gonna talk that shit from afar because you know who I am. And everybody in your camp, ain't nobody gonna be able to help you. But this is true talk. Men go through this stuff. They just want to be a father to their kid, and that heifer still mad because he don't want her ass. That shit happened like 15 years ago, and you still ain't over it yet? That's how these people are working in this whole society. But they talk, no, baby, if you over it, your attitude will reflect that you over it. You making your own self look stupid because your actions are showing everybody you ain't over a damn thing. And it's right there in plain view. So can we really be honest? No, we can't. Because honesty ain't a lot of y'all's best policy. Honesty ain't the top of a lot of y'all's priority list. You play games, timelines, you're manipulative. You don't show your true self. You don't even talk in your true self. You don't even act in your true self. You can have the best thing right in front of you, and you will fuck it up because you're too stuck in your past. It's too all, it's about me. Enough about me. Let's talk about me. You self-entitled. You think you are supposed to be catered to. I'm trying to find out, where is that written? Where is it written that the sun rises and sets on your candy ass? Please show me that. Please show me where it's written where the sun rises on a man's ass or the sun rises and sets on a woman's ass. Can somebody please make that bullshit make sense? Where is that written at? Not a damn place, but that's how y'all attitudes are. And that's why your punk ass is going to continuously lose out on good things because you're too dumb and don't know how to keep it because you ain't got common sense. And you're going to keep getting clowns. Clowns. After clown, after clown, after clown. Because you keep shitting on good people. And you got to pay for shitting on good people. Using good people. Hurting good people. Taking people through shit that they ain't even asked for. A person can cry right in front of you. You beg this person to be up. Can you just let me in, let me in, let me. They got the walls of Gibraltar up. The Great Walls of China up. And that person trusts you and let them walls down and you fuck them. That's one of the biggest hurts ever because they trusted you. Oh, you're going to pay for that. You're going to pay for that because you know what? That person's battling through so much stuff and you came in and made yourself trustworthy and you fuck with their head. I wouldn't do that to nobody. There's a reason why their walls are up. They will tell you the whole story and what y'all will do. Y'all take that ammunition and y'all use that same ammunition to hurt them. Can we be honest? Can we be honest? Y'all do that. I've done that to people in the past. Paid for that shit too. Thought I was getting away. 5 years passed away. Oh, it caught up with me. Don't hurt people, man, and been through a whole lot of shit, man. And they apprehensive over your punk ass at the first, and they tell you, and they be truthful and like, listen, man, I don't know about this, man. I don't trust women right now. Because y'all on a lot of bullshit. I don't trust men right now. Y'all on a lot of bullshit. But you chip away and chip away and chip away and you let their walls down and you fuck them anyway. Oh, you going to pay for that. You going to pay dearly. It just ain't caught your ass yet. But it's coming. It's inevitable. Because you're deliberately, premeditatedly breaking people's hearts, souls, and spirits. Oh, you're going to pay for that. Take it from somebody who knows. Take it from somebody who has paid. Yeah, fuck what you think. If I don't want to let your ass in, I ain't letting you in. Sorry. You can say whatever you want to say. You ain't gonna mind fuck me and make me believe that bullshit. Sorry, Jedi Knight. It ain't your Jedi mind tricks is not gonna work. You have to earn that. And show me that you're different from the rest. Same way on the flip side, sisters. Make him show you that he's different from the rest of the dudes who just trying to get a piece of pussy. We in a hookup culture. That's all people care about now. Money and ass. We are in a hookup culture. They ain't thinking about no long-term commitment with nobody. They ain't thinking about nothing else but money and ass. That's it. That's the be-all, the end-all in a lot of people's world. How can I get taken care of? How can I get him to do this? How can I get him to do that? How can I get this? How can I get that? How can he help me pay my bills? How can he pay my mortgage? How can he and think that's the best man? Y'all are so dumb and think the best man is the one who's lead from his pocket just because. And guess what? That shit never works. It never works. You have to be truthful from the beginning to the middle to the end. The only way it's going to work. You can't have ulterior motives. You can't have agendas. It ain't gonna work. And it definitely won't last. You have to be honest. So why can we not be honest with each other? What's the disconnect? What's the problem? You're afraid that they don't like you? Oh, they're not gonna be my friend. Man, I ain't got that many friends now. Jesus is my friend. Oh, okay, let's move on. I don't care whether they be my friend or not, but I ain't gonna pretend to be something that I'm not. If you ain't ready for nothing real, don't say you want something real. If you don't want no relationship, say that shit in the beginning. Don't tell that person that later on. Oh man, because you know. Y'all so finicky with your moves. You're shit like this in everything you do. It's shaky. So how you can't trust shaky shit. Y'all shaky like this on your fitness routine. You're shaky. You're shaking like this in your marriage. You're shaking with your kids. You're shaking with your husband. You're shaking with your man. You're shaking with your friends. You're shaking with your work. You're shaking with everything. You finicky as fuck. But then you want somebody to respect you. Who's supposed to respect that shit? You move funny style every day. You move funny style Monday through Sunday. How you gonna trust that? Can they depend on you? If I tell you I'll be there for you for whatever you need, I'm here. Word is bond. But can I get that from you? 9 times out of 10, undependable as shit. Need you, can't even find the answers. But that's just how it works. That's why you have to leave people where they had you fucked up at. You got to leave their dead asses right there. Oh yeah, you had me fucked up right there on 1612 and Ave. You had me fucked up right there, so I'm finna leave your ass right there on Avenue B, right there. I'm gonna leave you right there. Leave you right there. See, maturity is meeting a person where they are, not where you want them to be. That is called adulting. Because if you are so-called the right person, they're gonna elevate eventually to where they need to be. Behind every successful man is the right female. Can we be honest? Finna hit you with this one. Some may think it's below the belt. Oh well, fuck it. But can we be honest? If you a woman, would you want your son to date or marry you? Whoa. Boom. Can we be honest? If you a man, would you want your daughter to date or marry you? I really didn't start thinking about that shit until Giselle, my 6-year-old daughter. She got me examining my shit, fixing my shit, working on my shit on a daily basis. In therapy, talking about shit, adjusting shit. When I do something wrong, I'm readjusting because I want to be the type of man when he does something wrong, in her eyes, he is readjusting to fix it. Because I don't want my daughter to be with some shade tree, substandard, sorry, lazy, unforgiving, bitter, resentful dude. I don't want my daughter to be with some dude who make bitch moves. I want her to be with the real, genuine, old school alpha guy who's going to be 10 toes down for her, whether she make mistakes or not. Tell him what he wants to hear or not. Mess up or not. He ain't going to give up on her. I don't want her to be with a man who's going to abandon her. I don't want her to be with a man who's just going to throw in the towel every time things don't go right. Do you not know that things ain't going to always go right in a relationship? So every time something goes wrong, your first thought is to run? I don't want her to be with no weak ass man like that who just runs away from problems. He don't fix stuff. He don't try to rectify things. That's why I'm working so diligently on my shit, so my old sins don't fall on my baby or my son. Y'all out here messing around with people and your sins is gonna fall on your kids. Your dude gonna keep getting fucked up women until you get your shit straight. Your son's gonna keep getting fucked up women because you fucking over dudes. Sorry. You playing games with dudes, women gonna play games with his punk ass. Sorry. You better get your life together, man. Because what you doing, they getting the brunt of it. Same thing with your daughter. Now this and guys, y'all can't stand to hear this. Same thing, guys. Till you keep fucking over these women, your daughter gonna constantly get fucked over. She gonna get used, ran through, abused. Adjust that shit. Fix that shit. Get that shit together. Can we be honest? And I know y'all don't like hearing about that. So if you were supposedly real woman, would you want a dude to date or marry you in your fucked upness mentally, emotionally, and psychologically? Think about that shit. Let that marinate on your mind today till Sunday. Would you want him to be with anybody like you? Somebody who gives up on men, somebody who throws in the towel on men. Every time you look around, he gonna have a different woman or wife or whatever, because you know what? That's what you did. The guy, you ain't. Did you work on it? Did you try to fix? Did you really try to fight? You can't tell me you a mother and you will want your son to be with somebody who just gives up on him when he needs him the most. Throw in the towel, abandon him when they need him the most. Side with other chicks against him when he needs her the most. Don't ever forgive him for a damn thing, resentful and grudges and be bitterness to when he gonna get what you dish out to men. And your daughter's brother's gonna get what you dish out to women. That shit is so scary to me that it's got me constantly adjusting my shit that I don't even know when I'm adjusting my shit. I'm constantly in adjust mode because of her. But my mom said her daughter's gonna be a blessing for you. She's gonna make you just change your whole dynamics around. And I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I forgive quicker now because of her than I did before her. Because I want her to have a forgiving man. I don't want her to have no man treating her a different way just because she made a mistake or mistakes. But I love you, but I'm gonna treat you like shit because you made a mistake. You said something wrong. You said something wrong. You hurt my feelings. But you're gonna treat a person like shit because they ain't perfect and they don't walk on water. And you far from perfect, and they forgive you of your bullshit all the time. You treat and talk to them and have gestures but you right, and he always wrong. That's not how that works. Think about this at the end of the day. Can we be honest? Would you want your son to go through what you're going through? I mean, would you want him to go through that with a woman? So start treating men better and right and fair and forgive, and don't hold grudges. Don't be resentful. Don't be bitter, because that's what your sons are going to continuously get. He gonna get you to the 24 power of fucked upness. Bruh, your daughter gonna get you to the 24 power of fucked upness. Think about how you want your children to grow up and what you want them to have in relationships and marriages. Boy, that truth is a motherfucker, ain't it? It's a motherfucker, ain't it? Majority of the stuff that I talked about, y'all didn't want to hear, but this is an honest, candid, transparent conversation, right? Is your health important or is it not? Is your heartbeat important or is it not? Spending money and investing in other shit that reaps no reward, opposed to spending money and investing in your health and your body that reaps the biggest reward, is that important or is it not? But can we be honest in who we are as people? What society is doing, the division between men and women. Can you be honest that you want a man, but you want a woman inside a man's body? Because that's how your attitudes are. And you be looking at him like he got a dick on his forehead because he don't understand how you are. You're a woman, he's a man. Make him understand. How do you do that? You got to talk to the dude. Avoidance don't solve shit. It doesn't rectify anything. But I digress. Because y'all won't get it. Because you're going to keep doing the same old shit. But you're going to keep doing the same old thing. And when I see you, I can't even really feel sorry for you because you're choosing to get the same old thing because you refuse to change your mental way of thinking. Until this change, this can't change. The mind and the heart, they got to change. That's how you're going to get better. That's how you're going to climb. That's how you're going to elevate. But until you do that, you're going to have the bare minimum. The floor is going to be your ceiling. But good luck out there. Like I always say at the end of every segment, I'll start judging people once I'm perfect too. But since this brother's in danger of never, ever becoming perfect, you will never have to worry about Sean Patrick Taylor ever judging you. Surround yourself around positive people, man, that pours positivity into people. Surround yourself around real people that pours real stuff in people. Surround yourself around people who ain't sensitive to truth. Surround yourself around people who believe in fairness. Surround yourself around women who really loves the man and supports the man and wants to uplift the man. Don't surround yourself around women who are bitter, resentful, hold grudges. They don't know how to treat a man. They don't know how to love a man. They don't know how to have the patience to understand a man so they can comprehend him better, so they can be a better woman to him, and vice versa with men. Surround yourself with men who are pouring positivity into women, who can share that they mistakes and share they falling short and share that they ain't perfect. Y'all ain't getting that. And that's why your life is going to constantly stay stagnant. But I digress, man. Great special going on. Buy 30 sessions, $25 sessions, $25 a session. Buy 35 sessions at $35 a session. Great special, man. It's going on to the 23rd of December. Jump on it, man. Jump on it. But, man, I hope y'all really get this, man. In order for things to work, you have to be 100% transparent. You have to be 100% honest. But if you want something to work and if you don't want people to give up on you, stop being so quickly to give up on people. And if you're older, ain't you too old to be quitting and giving up and going from man to man and woman to woman? I mean, when is that dumb shit gonna stop? You ain't 23. Grow the fuck up. But again, I digress, man. Y'all don't want to work nothing. You want everything, but you don't want to work through nothing. That's not how life works. But I digress. Don't listen to me. What the hell do I know? Keep doing what you're doing, and you're going to keep getting the same shit. But good luck to you. I'll catch you guys on the flip. Peace.